LT for around $149 a month. Or find your holiday bonus tag and get $2,500 total cash allowance on select Chevy Cruise Limited LT vehicles in stock.
At Cracker Barrel Old Country Store, we make ordinary days more memorable. With games, home-style meals, specials, even breakfast, day or night. So stop on by. You're always welcome.
Joy to the world.
Good morning, America, and Merry Christmas. This morning, as you gather with your family around the tree, we are unwrapping the meaning of the season, reflecting on Pope Francis's historic visit to the U.S., and looking forward to the coming year for all faiths.
And our GMA Holiday Gift Guide. You've opened those gadgets, now what? The do's and don'ts of electronics so you can get the most out of them right now. And if your presents, well, weren't perfect, we'll tell you what you need to know about returns, regifting, and post-holiday sales.
Plus, we're sharing our favorite Christmas commercials of all time.
He does exist!
The iconic ads you love and the secrets behind why we love them.
And all we want for Christmas is Mariah, the pop superstar sharing the story behind her holiday classic. All right here on a very special Christmas on GMA.
From Times Square, this is a special Good Morning America, a very GMA Christmas.
Good morning, America, and Merry Christmas to everyone at home celebrating. We're really not here. We're at home too. This is all on tape. We wanted to be. It's a Christmas miracle. Oh,
you went back in.
We are spending the holidays with our family this glorious Christmas morning, but we wanted to be here with you too.
Yeah, and a very special holiday show ahead this morning. The baby's watching at home. NYU Madrigal Singers and Jazz Choir back with us. You hear them right there, singing all morning long.
And our friend Emeril is with us with some great ways to help you celebrate. He'll show us some holiday hors d'oeuvres and desserts.
A whole lot coming up this Christmas morning. And now let's get a check of the news and weather from Cecilia Vega.
Good morning and a very Merry Christmas to everyone. We begin with a holiday message from Pope Francis. Thousands gathering at the Vatican to celebrate the holy day. Pope Francis urging the backing of peace agreements for the war-torn countries of Syria and Libya. And with more now on the millions celebrating Christmas around the world, here's ABC's Lama Hassan.
This morning, from the majestic balcony at St. Peter's Square, Pope Francis is delivering his traditional message to the city and to the world as Christmas services and celebrations around the world get underway. In the town of Bethlehem, revered as the birthplace of Jesus, worshippers arrive for morning mass at the Church of the Nativity. To nearby Syria, away from the guns and the conflict, a parade and presents to celebrate the holidays. Ushering in Christmas in the land down under, the surfing Santas were out ruling the waves in Australia. In South Korea, the Santas in Seoul doing what they do best, bringing cheer and handing out gifts. Back here in Britain, the crowd out in full force, braving the rain to catch a glimpse of the royals heading to a church service. But this year, there were no little heirs stealing the show. Here's hoping we'll get to see them next year. For Good Morning America, Lama Hassan, ABC News, London.
Our thanks to Lama. And in Nigeria overnight, Christmas preparations turning to tragedy. More than 100 people killed after a tanker truck ignited at a crowded industrial gas plant. The victims had been lining up for cooking gas. That fire raged for hours before it was finally put out. And back here at home, instead of opening gifts, many in the South will spend the morning cleaning up. A severe storm bringing deadly tornadoes to the region. At least 14 people killed, half of them in Mississippi alone. One of the twisters had the longest ever recorded path for the month of December. There was also torrential rain, flooding, and a mudslide. In North Carolina, chaos at a mall after gunfire erupted between two groups of feuding teens. Police in Charlotte say an off-duty officer shot and killed one of the gunmen. Panicked shoppers scrambled for cover. The officer was placed on administrative leave until an investigation is complete. And there were Black Lives Matter protests across the U.S. on Christmas Eve. In Chicago, about 100 demonstrators marched along the busiest shopping district there. Also yesterday, police released recordings in the high-profile fatal police shooting of teenager Laquan McDonald. The new recordings show at least one officer asking for a taser, though none of the officers appeared to be anxious until police fired. And it took 36 years, but 53 Americans held hostage in Iran will finally be compensated. They'll each receive up to $4.4 million. That's $10,000 for every day of captivity. Seized by an angry mob in 1979, they were held for 444 days. News of compensation bringing tears to the eyes of those former hostages. And it is now time for a quick check on the holiday forecast. Here's the weather where you are.
Early in the morning, it's the dawn of a new day, new hopes, new dreams.
Merry Christmas. I'm ABC 7's Steve Rudin. Daytime high temperature today around 69 degrees. Our average for this time of year only 45. And if we hit 72, we're going to tie a record at Reagan National Airport. Temperatures well above average for afternoon highs later this afternoon. 71 in Fairfax, around 72 in Manassas. I'll take you out with a look at the next 7 days. We're going to look for a cooler weekend, at least for the first half. 60 on Saturday, 70 on Sunday, only in the 40s on Monday.
Ban them for violating gambling laws. Illinois is just the latest state to challenge the companies. They are still fighting to operate here in New York. And finally, the Carolina Panthers have it all. They are undefeated after 14 games, and now it appears they have some musical talent, too. Here's running back Fonzie Whitaker and a friend. Take a listen. Yeah, thing doesn't work out. There's always showbiz. Those are the headlines this morning. Have a very Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Now to talk about the deeper meaning of Christmas with spokesman for the Vatican, Father Thomas Rosica.
Merry Christmas to you.
You know, the Pope is known for his year of mercy, and he called Christmas the feast of God's infinite mercy.
That's right, and he's also the feast of tenderness, kindness, goodness. It's a theme in Pope Francis's message right from the beginning. Christmas, more than anything, it's a story, its origins, the simplicity, the vulnerability of God, the way that God wants to enter the world. It really is not a form of condescension, but a form of this tenderness and mercy. Remind me of Pope Francis at the World Meeting of Families, and he gives that incredible teaching on the Saturday night. He said, where did his son? Did he send him to a business? Did he send him to some kind of a big enterprise? Did he send him to a factory, an office building? No. He sent him to a family because a family was the source of love, a family that had its doors open. A very powerful message, especially for this Christmas.
The Pope sent his mission here to America this year. It was almost thrilling.
It was a great gift to America, but also to the people of the world. I mean, you and I both covered it. We were there moment, and as I think back to those moments during the Congress of the United Nations, Ground Zero, those kids that were singing about peace. I mean, Pope Francis brought us all back and held us to our greatness. And then, of course, those four individuals in his the special session of Congress, I had tears. I would think that the Holy See, as he was announced, speaking about Lincoln, Martin Luther King, and bringing out the best of those calling us back to who we really are.
What a gloss that speech was. It's so true. What the impact has been, the lasting impact has been?
On different levels, there's been impacts. You know, I had the privilege of every day during the month of October at the bishops, and he referred on several occasions to visit. I know for him, he was very touched by the simplicity, the warmth, and the welcome, and the American church and of the Cuban church. But I think here in America, realize that the Pope is still of great interest to people. All of the media that visit. So there was a great success, but also the simplicity and profundity of the message. No, when he spoke, he went right to the core of things, and everybody could understand what he said. I've had priests since the visit, priests in the United States, priests in Canada, others. You know, people were so moved that confession. People are coming to give the church a second chance.
And he understands simplicity by driving around in that little Fiat.
It's simplicity. It's to the roots and the core.
What is your hope for the new year?
Hope for the new year is we hear once again the message of the angels on Christmas. On the highest, and peace on earth to the people whom God favors. And the world needs peace. This is my short lifetime filled with fear. So I hope that once the peace, I also hope that in Philadelphia and Benjamin Franklin Park, the Lord came into the family because the family had the doors opened. And that none of us, out of fear, motivated by rhetoric, would shut our doors to strangers. And we know that there's a massive movement of refuge on the face of the earth. Let us not be afraid that we can wait, because at one point in our lives we were almost wandering refugees seeking a home, deepest hope, and that we all come to our simplicity and the core of who we are as human beings. You know, we say God so loved the world that he gave us his only Son. The encyclical, the Pope helps to focus on the world that God so loved, and at Christmas focus on the Son gave us this wonderful, incredible gift.
Father, thank you.
For any holidays are a challenging time for moms. This season is especially difficult, and I know you have that for us.
I'm talking about the group, the Rockettes. They are women who dance for a day up to 6 days a week while also playing mom. Well, some of them. And I spent the day with one Rockette who has 3 little ones, and she gave me some advice on how to get a leg up on the work-life balance.
Like this one?
Like working moms the world over, Nicole Baker is forever trying to balance the needs of her kids with her. And never does the mom of 3 work harder to be than now. The holidays are season. It's when she really kicks things in gear, literally, as a Radio City
a mom Rockette. Yes. When you tell people that, or at least they know you as mom and then they find out you're a Rockette, what's their response?
They're actually shocked. They can't believe that I'm still dancing after having 3 kids.
Nicole is one of 3 current Rockettes who are also moms. She's performed while 10 weeks pregnant and reported to rehearsal as few as 3 weeks after giving birth.
I think of Rockettes as like a different character. The minute I get off the stage, I'm Nicole, I'm the mom. I go home, I make their lunches, I clean up if I need to, you know, get them ready.
Being a Rockette isn't easy. Rockettes dance in up to 4 shows a day, as many as 6 days a week, changing clothes more than 3 times in a 12-hour period, often transforming from one look to another in a matter of seconds.
You want to squish it down on your
I've
head.
got a big head.
It's okay. I have a small head, but we'll make it work. Like that. And then we wear these little cheeks that it's just tape that you put on your face.
It's perfect. That's the best blush I've ever had.
Yes.
Nicole says she's well aware that not so long ago women were forced to choose between career and family. So her ability to be a mom without having to hang up her dance shoes, well, it's not something she takes for granted.
I don't want to give up. Times are changing and it's extremely, extremely exciting.
Her family couldn't be prouder.
She was born to be a mother. She was born to be a dancer. It's part of her spirit.
And this dancing mom couldn't be happier.
I always wanted to be a mom and a performer, so I just never gave up. It's definitely possible.
The Radio City Christmas Spectacular is playing now through January 3rd. It's always a great show.
I already saw it once, willing to see it again. All right, thanks, Ginger. And we know the NBA for its larger-than-life players, but they don't just give their all on the court. Many of them give back off it as well. And as part of a program called NBA Cares, it's now celebrating its 10th anniversary, and ABC's TJ Holmes caught up with NBA greats spreading cheer and some ball handling tips, all for the holidays.
The jolly old guy in the red suit can wait. Today, it's the 6'10" guy with the size 15 shoe. These kids are happy it's paying them a visit this holiday season. Amari Stoudemire, fellow NBA stars Aaron Aflalo and Justice Winslow, as well as Hall of Famer Bob Lanier, put on a basketball clinic at the Boys and Girls Club in the South Bronx. The latest initiative sponsored by NBA Cares, a philanthropic branch of the NBA now in its 10th year.